Probably the best heavyweight in Australia that no one's ever heard of. So I look forward to changing that with a belt around my waist. So yeah, it's a huge opportunity, and I'm ready. I'm excited for it.
Hey, what's up? This is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Now, who's ready for some fighting words? In this video, I want to do a fight breakdown for Toese versus Stevan Ivic. Really quick, if you like the videos, please subscribe to the channel. One click. Also, while you're doing that, hit that thumbs up button. It does help. It shows love and it supports this channel. Let's jump right into this. We're going to start this thing with boxing IQ. Who is better boxing IQ between the two guys? I got to go with Stevan Ivic. Toese is more of a brawler. That's it. He's like a wild brawler. And he's like an enraged wild brawler when he's doing it. Gotta go with Stevan Ivic. Ivic has better punch selection. He has cleaner punches, much cleaner punches, straight punches, and he's a much more composed fighter. He's more comfortable with himself in the ring, and he doesn't allow his emotions to take hold of him and whatever demons he has in his past to pop up while he's in the ring. While you look at Toese, he's angry at the world, and he's going to take it out on who's ever in front of him. So I definitely got to give boxing IQ to Stevan Ivic. Speed, Stevan Ivic. Again, when you can throw a straight punch, you're probably going to get to the target a lot faster. And he's a lot more composed. When you come into the ring and you're not full of rage and full of anger and hatred, and you're a composed fighter, you know how to breathe. Yeah, you're definitely gonna be a lot faster. You're right. So yeah, definitely, and you're gonna get to the target a lot quicker. Gotta give it to Stevan Ivic. Defense, again, Stevan Ivic. This is gonna be a shutout, by the way. Toese, he's got power. He's definitely got power. I'll give him that. But speed, Stevan Ivic. Defense, Stevan Ivic. Toese doesn't. His defense is not the best. It's not the best. He has this wild grabbing thing that he does, but it's not the best. Here's the thing about boxing, which every other sport understands except for boxing. At some stage in the athlete's career, they have to move on to better coaches. If you play basketball or football, you're not going to stay with your high school coaches, and they certainly can't follow you. They're not good enough to go to and play for college. They're not good enough to play for the NFL. So they're not going to follow you. They're relinquishing you to the next step of your evolution. While boxing, they hold on to you throughout the evolution of your process. And when I look at Toese, I see somebody who needs to be under the tutelage of someone else. That's what I see. Somebody he's got the drive, he's got the ambition, he's got the punching power, but he doesn't know how to control himself. And he doesn't have the basics, and that's not a great sign. Let's see, mental toughness. I'm gonna give them both a tie. Mental toughness, I'll give them both a tie. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm taking that away. I just mentioned how Toese can't control himself. If you can't control yourself, then no, you don't get mental toughness. I gotta go with Stevan Ivic. He's a very composed guy, and you might say, why are you putting so much emphasis on composure? It's important. That's why you put emphasis on composure. Because if you don't know how to compose yourself, you don't know how to ration out your power. You don't know how to ration out your punches. You don't know how to ration out your breaths. And now it's round 7 and you're spent. But when you're composed, you know what amount to give every single round. And you're also aware of what your opponent is not giving or has capped off in giving or is no longer giving you because he spent everything in the last 2 rounds. Composure helps you to think. Composure helps you to see. Composure helps you to strategize. Composure is a very big thing. And you can tell the amount of time somebody puts into their craft based upon how composed they are. Got to give it to Stevan Ivic. Let's see. Body work. Who's a more vicious body puncher? It's a tie. That's a tie. Yeah, Toese, nobody wants Toese hitting them with boxing gloves on. Nobody. So, especially in the body. It's a tie. Range work. Definitely Stevan Ivic. I just said he's better with straight punches and everything like that. And unlike Toese, he has something that's called a jab, and he knows how to use it consistently throughout the entire fight. Got to give it to Stevan Ivic when it comes to range work. He's better fighting at range. Adaptability. Stevan Ivic. It's not Toese. Adaptability. Toese's going to do Toese regardless. He's going to do him. He's going to be himself. And he's going to unleash himself every single round. He's just going to unleash himself. While you look at Stevan Ivic, like I said, he's composed. He has a jab. He jabs his way in. And he's not sloppy. He has nice footwork. He's a boxer. And when I look at Toese, he's a barroom brawler. That's what he is. Cardio. You know what? Toese does have some great cardio. I can't listen. I just said that he's a wild man, but he's a wild man that can keep that wildness for a few rounds straight. But I would still give it to Stevan Ivic just simply because he is composed and he does know how to ration out his punches from round to round. And when I say ration out punches, meaning you won't get a round where he throws 300 punches and then you get a round where he throws 10 punches. And then there's a round where he throws 27 punches. No, he's going to be even throughout. So it might be 45 punches, but it's 45 punches for the duration of the fight versus, round 4, I just gave it my all, man. No, again, composure would help you to see if it's worth doing that. Now, if it's worth doing it and it's worth, trying to knock the ball out the park, then by all means, try to knock the ball out the park. But if you're just doing it just to do it, it makes no sense. Makes zero sense. Danger. I think it's a tie. Toese's definitely a dangerous guy. He's not a guy you want to stand in front of. He's also not a guy you want to piss off. He's also not a guy who you don't want to give him the impression that you're hurt. You don't want to give him the impression that you're scared. You don't want to give him the impression that you're backing off in any way, shape, or form. Then you look at Stevan Ivic. He is a silent killer. He just knows how to set up the action as opposed to Toese just jumping head first into the water. Who's more dangerous? I would go with the guy is composed. I think Stevan Ivic is just composed. I mean, there's only one way that Toese wins this fight, and that's just by a knockout. But you look at Stevan Ivic, he can beat the living daylights out of Toese every single round, and if he wanted to stir the pot, and just because we all know Toese's going to run straight across every single round after Stevan Ivic, so it's not like a shocker on what's going to happen. Stevan Ivic, honestly, to win this fight, he can win it easily, and he can just pump that jab out the whole entire night because we all know where Toese's going to be. He's going to be right there in front of you, talking to you, screaming at you, and Stevan Ivic, all he's got to do is just move around and jab, jab, jab. Move around and jab, jab, jab. Before he knows it, it's round 8. We're more than halfway done with this thing. And I see Toese getting hit with something. His defense is trash. He's going to spend himself with punches early because that's what he does. And he's going to get way too confident. And I don't know why he drops his hands so low because it's not like he's Roy Jones. But he does do that. His hands get really low. In no way, shape, or form should Toese win this fight. If he does, just simply because, a big right hand or something like that. And it's probably going to be early. But as the rounds go on, I definitely favor Stevan Ivic. I see Stevan Ivic winning. I don't know if he can knock out Toese. I don't know if he can knock out somebody that angry. But I do see him winning a unanimous decision. Those are my thoughts. Drop your thoughts down below. Tell me what you think.